Guys, happy election day. Me and Mr. Fischetti decided that we would give you some asynchronous work for today instead of meeting. So I'm just going to briefly go over what we're going to be doing today so you guys can follow along and stop whenever you need to. So this is what we're doing today. I'm going to post this due now in the chat. Sorry, not the chat, the stream, so I have your attendance for today. Okay, take a look at it, but it's going to be reposted, okay? So this is our success criteria. We're going to be marking the text today for questions, I believe, 8 and 9. So let me go over task 7 for you. So for task 7, it wants you to read lines 65 to 87. Ignore what we're going to be doing in the margin because right now I just kind of want you to answer the question. So open the Eboo Patel text document and just review lines 65 to 87. So if we go down to 65, so it's right here, okay? 65 to almost all the way to the bottom. Okay, so this would be 87. So read those, and as you're reading them, I want you to answer question 7. Underline the claims that Patel makes and highlight the evidence that he gives to support his claims. So as you're kind of like, oh, what's a claim? Let's go over what a claim is, okay? So if we go back to what we did the other day, a claim in your own words is stating something that is arguable or debatable, okay? So that's what we're looking for in this question. So I'm going to read it out loud for you, and then you guys are going to do it on your own. So America's genius is to give its diversity of citizens a stake in the well-being of the nation. That's what keeps us facing forward, seeking inspiration from the past when possible, correcting mistakes when necessary. This nation could well have been a house divided, but today we stand as one. And that has everything to do with how a previous generation, led by Abraham Lincoln, acted. This nation could easily have been declared a lie by an entire race of people, kidnapped and enslaved, separated out and hunted down. Instead, King and his movement termed it a broken promise, one that the people on the receiving end of the breach took actions to mend. As a nation, we spent the last several weeks trying to decipher the meaning of 9/11. That is as it should be. Those who were lost on that day deserve that and much, much more. As I looked out at the freshman class at George Washington University on the 10th anniversary of 9/11, they represented for me the next 10 years, and the decades after that. Here was my message to them. Yes, be a part of the conversation, but more importantly, take part in the action. Don't forget that people who talk for a living talk about people who act. For sure, ask big questions, but also make deep commitments to your faith or philosophy, to the nation and to the world, to the earth and to each other. Debate the meaning of the events of past decades and centuries, but above all, shape the arc of the future. When you serve, you are part of the future. So that's what you're going to be reading. And in those lines, you're going to be underlining the claims that the author makes, and you're going to be highlighting the evidence that he gives to support these claims. So what is he trying to argue? And what evidence does he give you that he thinks that he is correct? Okay, so that's what you're going to do for question 7. So let's go back to the slides. I'm going to actually have you guys do question 8 as well. So question 8 it would be within lines 80 to 97. So all the way down to 97, which would be here. Okay, so we just read until 87, so 10 more lines, guys. So it's that. And so in question 8, we just want you to underline Patel's advice he gives to the students for their future. Okay, so in question 8, oh, I passed it. So for question 7, you're underlining the claims that Patel makes, and you're highlighting the evidence that he gives to support his claims. And in question 8, you're going to be underlining Patel's advice for the students and their futures. So in this paragraph, he talks about the George Washington University. So those are the students that he's talking about. And I would look for more of a claim up here, okay? So above line 80, line 70, that's where you're going to be looking for a claim. So you guys need to find your own evidence for that. So that's what you guys are going to be doing today. We're going to go over our short response on Wednesday. And don't forget to answer the do now in the chat for your attendance. Okay? Have a nice day, guys. Happy Election Day.